Global agriculture is burning out. Across the world, rising labor costs and a severe shortage of hands in the dirt are driving up the cost of farming while dragging down actual crop yields. In India, that pressure is spread across 140 million farming households, spanning 831 districts. This chart tracks the global agricultural drone market. We're looking at a jump from under $5 billion to over $34 billion in the next decade. Ojas Aerospace is positioning itself to capture that massive delta by building the physical and digital infrastructure required to make precision agriculture work at the village level. Because dropping a high-tech spraying drone into a field without a centralized, science-backed maintenance and data ecosystem to support it is a fast way to end up with very expensive broken plastic. To solve that lack of infrastructure, Ojas is rolling out 200,000 precision spraying drones deployed through a localized, territory-protected franchise network. The pitch to potential partners is a highly lucrative, multi-stream rural commerce engine packaged as a ready-to-deploy business in a box. Setting this up requires serious capital. Entry starts around 15 lakh for a village center, scaling all the way up to a 1 crore investment for a full district flagship hub. Which brings us to the core dilemma for any prospective investor. Is this a highly scalable, guaranteed TEP asset, or a complex operational trap? Extracting the promised return on investment requires bridging cutting-edge aerospace engineering with the everyday friction of rural, grassroots management. Let's look at the physical infrastructure you're actually buying. This schematic outlines a top-tier FAME hub. You need a minimum of 1 acre of land for electrostatic discharge workshops and fire-safe battery vaults. This modular, solar-powered design generates multiple revenue streams simultaneously, from per-acre drone spraying fees to EV charging. If operated correctly, Ojas projects these hubs will achieve full ROI within 12 to 18 months. But those projections obscure a massive financial trade-off. You are tying up significant capital in securing prime rural real estate and buying technical hardware that begins depreciating the moment it leaves the box. Buying the equipment doesn't guarantee a return. A franchise manager has to aggressively force the local market to adopt the technology fast enough to turn a profit before those physical assets stagnate. That local adoption relies entirely on the second component, the AgroFlyX data ecosystem, which serves as the actual brain behind these physical hubs. Look at this technical breakdown. Ojas tokenizes physical farmland into a highly trackable digital twin. By zooming into 1 square centimeter cubes, the system maps plant health at a microscopic level. This intense data collection creates high-yield predictability, allowing franchisees to manage resources with surgical precision. The cost of that intelligence is a severe, daily administrative burden to manage the Vago software platform. Ojas expects 100% daily data entry compliance from every center manager to keep their AI models functioning accurately. A franchise owner has to operate as a rigorous data administrator. If the data hygiene is poor, the entire business model breaks, regardless of how advanced the drones flying overhead are. Collecting that data requires the third and most unpredictable component, the human network needed to actually reach the nation's 140 million farming households. This is where the Hall-DD network comes in. These are local, commission-based field agents who act as the grassroots sales engine for the franchise. This structure provides massive, hyper-local scalability without bloating the franchisee's official payroll costs. But it introduces a steep management challenge, coordinating a commission-only workforce that isn't on your official payroll. If you can't manage them effectively, high churn rates and a drop in daily motivation will stall a center's revenue growth completely. Mastering interpersonal leadership and building community trust is just as necessary for maintaining the hub's profit margins as understanding the AI soil mapping. When everything aligns, the financial potential is immense. A top-tier district hub has a projected year-one revenue of 2.1 crore. This chart breaks down how you hit that target. It requires stacking multiple high-volume revenue streams, from per-acre spraying fees and authorized drone sales to training academy tuitions. That yield is entirely dependent on overcoming the operational frictions we just covered, specifically strict data compliance and managing agent churn. Ojas Aerospace is not a passive franchise where you sign a check and wait for returns. The exceptional unit economics are strictly gated behind relentless, hands-on, day-to-day operational rigor. To evaluate the fit, we map this decision on a matrix. Available capital is on the x-axis, operational bandwidth on the y-axis. If we plot the 4 franchise tiers, the Meghdev Drone Stations and Fame Hubs sit squarely in the high capital, highly hands-on quadrant. The ideal investor here is a hands-on operator. You need to be a technically literate entrepreneur who is willing to actively drive a local sales team and manage data flow every single day. If you are a passive investor looking for a set-it-and-forget-it yield, or if you are hesitant about grassroots rural management, this model will break you. If you're unwilling to mediate a dispute with a field agent or ensure daily MIS compliance, the immense technological leverage of a fleet of drones will be completely wasted. The Ojas Aerospace franchise is a highly lucrative engine for rural tech dominance, but it only works for investors who are willing to get their hands dirty in both the code and the soil.